At noon, I am Lawrence Omoite. President Bola Tinubu-led administration is planning to spend 6.7 trillion naira of its projected 27.5 trillion naira budget on defense and security, education and infrastructure in 2024. This is as it earmarked 6.48 trillion naira for personnel and pension, an increase of 576 billion naira over the 2023 provision. The administration is also eyeing 10.4 trillion naira from tax and others. Earlier, while presenting the 2024 appropriation bill, President Tinubu said the budget proposal was aimed at completing critical infrastructure that will help address structural problems in the country while lowering the cost of doing business for companies and cost of living for the average Nigerian.
The budget we now present constitutes a foundation upon which we shall elect the future of this great nation. Analyzing prevailing economic environment, economic condition remains challenging both abroad and at home. Despite lingering post-COVID supply and production bottlenecks and conflicts in various parts of the world and restrictive monetary policies in major economies, we expect global growth to hover around 3.0% in year 2024. This relative low rate has significant implications for our economy due to our current reliance on.
Some lawmakers, however, give their perspective and the budget.
Borrowing, but debt ratio to GDP is 3%. It's not worrisome. And again, tax to GDP is 10%. Now going to 18%. Expect that inland revenue will visit your company somehow in the coming year. Inflation is at 31% inflation rate, and I think that is not bad at all. I think above all, the budget is reasonable. I'm impressed with what the executive have done so far. The most important thing now is for those of us in the legislature to take a tour of the budget and look at where we can also use legislative support to make sure this budget works for the common man, because we are all operating from the same market force, both the executive, the legislator, and also the common man there. The most important thing that we need now, there's nobody that wants to do any budget for Nigeria now that will not be a deficit budget, given the way we are coming from and the number of, the kind of figures we have on ground that need to be serviced.
For the first time, we have some level of clarity. The president was loud and clear. The message was very simple and direct, that these are challenging times, but have been able to navigate through this process with the removal of subsidy and so on and so forth, and now we have arrived at this first budget process.
Meanwhile, the president departed Nigeria immediately after presentation of the budget for Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, to attend the COP28 Climate Summit, which takes place on the 1st and 2nd of December 2023. This is according to presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngelale. President Tinubu will maximize the opportunity afforded by the platform to advocate increased financial and technical support for developing nations, while reminding developed countries of their public pledge to provide $100 billion annually for support to localize initiatives to address climate change-related challenges. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, and United States Assistant Secretary for Energy and Natural Resources, Geoffrey Piat, have agreed to set up a team of officials from both countries to explore financing for credits to mining firms and infrastructures. On the sidelines of the Mines and Money Conference held in London, Piat said his visit to Alake followed an earlier meeting with President Bola Tinubu, who sought the support of the U.S. for the country's economic revival. He said the U.S. would like to be Nigeria's partner of choice in developing the solid mineral sector and was interested in the reforms announced by the minister during the conference, noting that the U.S. had various institutions and laws which encourage direct foreign investment. Responding, Dr. Alake said the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development had launched a 7-point agenda as its roadmap to reposition the sector. He highlighted the establishment of the new Solid Minerals Development Company, a new security architecture to ensure safety of mine operations and data generation on a massive scale to de-risk the sector. And the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology says Nigeria loses billions of naira due to lack of certification of skilled artisans in the country. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Geoffrey Naji, discloses while hosting the Association of Computer Village Merchants who were on a courtesy visit to his ministry in Abuja. The minister stated that the ministry is working assiduously in collaboration with the organized private sector in the science and technology ecosystem to set up information communication technology hubs in the 6 geopolitical zones for capacity building and certification of skilled artisans in the country.
I feel so happy what you have achieved, because in our days it's always only importation. We had no idea that we can also in Nigeria build computers, repair computers, and take ourselves to greater height in terms of technology and innovation. We are going to move Nigeria forward. With the Presidential Executive Order number 5 and the Renewed Hope Agenda, which we are enjoying in this administration, you can be rest assured that a lot is going to happen. We are losing over $10 billion because some of our youth doesn't have certification. That's every year. So today, with Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, we are working seriously together to set up hubs in all geopolitical zones.
In his remarks, the President's Association of Computer Village Merchants, Prince Anthony Nwakeze, revealed that Ikeja Computer Village, Lagos, is the largest information communication technology market in Africa with an annual turnover of $2 billion. He further said that the Computer Village has provided employment for over 500,000 graduates, 300,000 artisans within the last 20 years.
The news from Computer Village come mostly from the sales and distribution of IT products, security gadgets, smartphone devices, tracking radio programming systems, clothing and assembly of mobile phones, computer desktops and laptops. With the exploration and development of all sorts of software applications, we can tell you, sir, as direct players in this industry, that we do far more than was reported by the officials of the Ministry of Information and Technology.
And for some public service announcements, documents, and other items belonging to one Abubakar Alamin were stolen from a Toyota RAV4 2008 model with registration number AAA206DU. The vehicle was parked in front of Providus Bank, Wuse 2, Abuja on Tuesday, 28 November 2023. The car's back door glass was broken and the following items stolen: original WAEC and NECO result, transcript from Crescent University, Ogun State, birth certificate, HP Victor's laptops, 3 hard drives and 2 flash drives were also stolen. If found, please contact Abubakar Alamin on 080-3311-4441. And on the foreign scene, a Gambian man in Germany has been sentenced to life for his role in an assassination squad that worked on behalf of the Gambia's former president, Yahya Jammeh. The man, identified as Bale, worked as a driver for the squad known as Jugglers. He was found guilty of crimes against humanity, murder, and attempted murder. And in sport, Arsenal reached the Champions League knockout as group winners by thumping Lens at Emirates Stadium. The Gunners scored 5 in a phenomenal first half display as they reached the last 16 in their first appearance in the competition for 7 years. Meanwhile, Manchester United's Champions League hopes suffered another setback as a horror show from goalkeeper Andre Onana allowed Galatasaray to end a draw in a classic match in Istanbul. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Almighty. Good afternoon.